In a slowly decaying, futuristic city, social class is determined by the amount of time you spend in a virtual world called the interface. Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel Filteau and this is my weekly live session in which I share my drawing tablet and the progress I'm making on my comics. On my comic, Tales from the Interface. Tales from the Interface is a comic I've been doing since 2015, and I've been publishing this these nifty little books, 6x9, full bleed, and full color with a good quality paper. It's a nice product, and I'm selling them myself from my website. So I encourage you to go check out tfti.incorporate.com, and you can get all 3 books for a measly $30 US plus shipping, and you can even get a sketch for an additional $15. So yeah, so that's it. Go check it out. Thank you, Christian, for the like. Always appreciated to see you around. And obviously, all likes, all subscribes, all follows, all that stuff is hugely appreciated. That's why my channel can get any kind of traction is through interaction with people like you. So I do appreciate anything you can do to help me on that front. So without further delay, I'll be sharing what I'm working on now. I am working on book 4 of Tales from the Interface. Book 4 will be coming out not this spring, but probably the spring after that. And I'm currently working on page 20 of I'm currently inking page 20 of a 48-page book. I haven't started color, and I still need to do most of the second chapter. So that's kind of where I am. And tonight I'm going to be I'm not going to be working on the page you see here, but I'm going to be continuing a little bit where I left off last week. So if you're curious about what it looked like last week, you can always go check out that video. Mute this, and I was working on this page. And one thing that's been bugging me, and I think I'm gonna correct it tonight, is the way this part looks. I don't especially like it. I wanted to go check out some references of turtles. Turtle underside. How do you call that? The turtle underside. The plastron. Apparently, I learned from the PBS has this show called Eons. They share for free on YouTube. It's pretty cool, and they talked about the evolution of turtle. And apparently, the underside of the turtle appeared first. So let's see. Just looking at some underside of turtle and see how that looks like. It seems like the lines are more, I guess in my mind, I kind of had more of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle plastron in my mind. So I can go look at that as another reference. Let's see how it was handled here. Because there's something that doesn't work in the way I did it. So it's kind of, yeah. Not that great either, but I think I can do better. More something I like if I work on it a little bit more. Let me see. I especially don't like the way that this curves here. I think I can improve. Let me see. Yeah, those two, I'm not... I don't know, is it okay? This guy for sure is missing a piece here, so I need to fix that. Maybe I'm overthinking, I probably am. And I am planning to retouch those eventually as well. This is not necessarily the final of this page. Okay, there you go. Okay, so here, 1 point. I try to keep my brushes simple, like use like a 1 point and then a 0.5. So I'm just missing like the other kind of section here. And yeah, already it's much better. I'm just not sure about this one. It feels a bit weird. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. Doesn't feel terribly natural, but I'm gonna keep it like that for now. I'm gonna think about it more. Okay, so I was working on this right page here. So let me see. Just close the left, go to it. And I don't need to see the other pages. I'm just gonna maximize my space a little bit. So I was working on this part. I'm looking at this and my torso is way too small, too long, I mean. I can probably fix that. And I will have to take a break because I forgot to bring water, but I'm okay for now. So let me see. I think I can kind of squeeze it together. But I didn't make a separate layer, so it's going to be tricky. I tend to always make too many layers, but in this case I did not. Yeah, here, here, here. This is kind of the section that I want to paste and try to squeeze in a little bit more. And I really like to lower the transparency on the one of the layer I work in, so that I can quickly spot the intersection and just delete that. Probably this end would be in the back, so I can delete here. But this one I want it to be in front, so I'm gonna delete this section here, section here. So small adjustment here. This shouldn't be here. Okay. I hope you are doing well wherever you are. They just announced some stronger measures against the new variants. Oh, that's fun. I hope you'll still be able to spend some time with your loved one. Here we are reduced to gatherings of 10 people or less. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you remember what it looked like, but I think it's better now. Just a bit tighter. And this looks a little weird. I can delete that. It doesn't really work for this. have some kind of string on top of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna adjust something here. Hey Bryce, man, nice to see you. Nice to see you, man. Hey, congratulations on the new comic. It's so cool. I'm really amazed. That's so great. I'm really happy for you. I'm just working on the next, the volume 4 of Tales from the Interface now. Yeah, so this is a page. Just adjusting his green here. This is a volume 4 of Tales from the Interface, and this is page 13 I'm working on now. I'm inking it. And I've already done a lot of it actually. Most of it is inked. Some details left to do, but it's getting there. You know, I just do a little bit at a time. It's nothing. Just takes a lot of patience and dedication, and you get there. So there's some these kind of aliens that are attacking my winged, or is it who's attacking who? I'm not sure. They're kind of getting bombed here, so they're kind of defending their region. And I really eager to have finished this comic, but there's still like probably 4 years of work here before I can get to my next project, which I am working on as well. I've been writing some scripts, starting to write some script for my next project, and I can't start for another 4 years, but it takes time to write something good. Yeah, well, I really appreciated your help, and when this is done, for sure, I would like you to check it out. Actually, most of the storyboard is done, and it's on the the beta group, and I believe you have access to it, so you can all go and go read that if you want. Just double checking my source here. So there's like two missiles and an engine. Kind of laying out that basic structure. Yeah, I'm streaming on. This is streaming live on Twitch as well as YouTube and Twitter for what it's worth. But there is some people watching on Twitter. Right? I got some shares and some stuff sometimes. You know, it's every little bit helps. Okay, so now I'm just, this is not such a complicated panel. I just need to, I'm gonna start inking it now. I find that streaming is pretty hard because I don't necessarily be as social as I would need to be. It's pretty hard. Yeah, actually, it's not that hard. I'm using like OBS Studio, Streamlabs, the Streamlabs version, and you can send your feed to a program called Restream. I know you do Twitch. It's not too complicated to Twitch to stream to Twitch and other platforms. I know that you can't monetize Twitch and Facebook and YouTube at the same time. They don't allow you to do that. But I'm not making any money out of this, so I doubt they would care. At least I'm not making money through them. You know, I'm trying to sell my stuff, obviously, but. But somehow, Facebook has always been the platform that, you know, connects me to the most people, you know, who are potentially interested in getting my comics. So. But lately, I've been making grounds on Twitter, making connections there. But that's a hard game. Not easy. We're not in holidays yet, but I'm starting next week. I'll be off for 2 weeks and looking forward to it. Yeah, how about you? I was saying that they said that we couldn't gather around the holiday more than 10 people. That's kind of the regulation here. So I know my mother will be disappointed that we can't do a big party again. It's not easy. Okay, too bad. So is it gonna be? Are you allowed for big gatherings in your? You're still in California, are you? Yeah, that's nice. Spending time with your family, that's great. And you're still sharing your contra skills over on Twitch. Okay. So they don't really try to control anything, right? Yeah. Hey, Rudy, I just saw you up here. How was your evening? Thank you. You were early. Usually you pop up a little bit later. Man, that game, Contra, is one hard game, man. You're good. I haven't played it in a while. So what's your score now? Oh, Rudy is making dinner. Rudy is a friend from Alberta. What are you cooking, Rudy? Oh, pizza. Oh, Yum, yum. It's so cool. I find like being able to connect to people really far away, and I guess it's really the benefit of internet. I mean, I couldn't imagine like some people receiving my book who live in Australia. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Oh, nice. So you got a couple of panels done, Rudy. That's great, man. You gotta keep doing what you like. I know it's not easy sometimes, but I don't know, man. If I wouldn't draw, I would probably go crazy. So Bryce's Contra time is 14:27. Contra 3. So you finished the entire game, right? It's a speed run, right? That's nuts, man. You drew some macaroni? That's great. My family doesn't really like macaroni, but I'm missing it. They're great. I mean, it's just the shape of pasta, right? Man, that's not, man. Finishing Contra in like less than 14 minutes. So this is this one. Can't really see. Oh, okay. So I don't need to be too crazy because you don't really see the. So what do you put on your pizza, Rudy? Are you a... Personally, I am a anchovy fan. I know it's not for everybody, but I really love anchovies and spicy sauce, like a arrabbiata style. That's my go-to pizza. All right. Thanks for coming, Bryce. It's really nice to talk to you. It's been a while, and have a great holidays. Enjoy it with your family. That's important. cheese, pepperoni, green pepper, and onions. Well, that's a classic. That's great. So what I'm gonna draw on the top of the wings, I think I'm thinking of some kind of wings maybe. Let me try. I made another layer. I'm gonna try to draw some wings here. And now the trick is trying to make the same one on the other side. So the Iron Chef will be competing in pasta. Is that why you draw macaroni? It's about the same, is it? So Matt can only cook macaroni. Is it like craft dinner or something like that, or it's like elbow macaroni at least? Are you gonna make him win with that macaroni? It's craft dinner, right? Or are you saying it's a elbow macaroni? So I'm not sure which one. Yes, yes. Okay. Well, yeah, my mother growing up never would never let us eat craft dinner. She would never buy the stuff. The other day I was at the store and I thought, oh, maybe I'm gonna try it. The wife said, no way, I'm not buying that crap. He does win the contest. I guess a good chef makes do with the ingredients that he has. It would be a pretty big challenge if they would actually like use some ingredients like that in the real show. Like make me a dessert with Pop-Tarts and see what the Iron Chef can do. sure what to do on this last panel. What's so which panel is it? It's like he's winning or? Okay, so my little shape here. He's gonna have his kind of boots here. It's very wordy listing all the Iron Chef dishes. I don't want to simply draw 7 plates of food. Yeah, it's I tried to put as little text as I can in my book, but you know, sometimes it's hard to avoid. So I'm just gonna quickly check, compare. I think I'm good. Yeah. Maybe an establishing shot from the kitchen area. So you're okay. So that's the last panel of the page, and then you can show the whole kitchen. It's always good to be able to see the environment. I do it a lot. I mean, I'm sure if I look at this overview, establishing, yeah, I kind of do it a lot. So that's good. I mean, you can see all the plates. Although it is fun to see those plates if you feel like drawing them. I'm sure people would enjoy it. As if you make it weird enough. Yeah, often establishing start is good on the first panel of the page, so that's good. It kind of gets you in the page. But yeah, so I was just saying that yeah, and showing the plates can be nice too, if they're funky or weird. But then you have seven plates to show. I guess you could show like a big table with all the plates on it, maybe. Like I'm thinking of when they present the plates to the judge, they will like lay them out on the table, and you can see all of them, like that kind of thing. So you could have like a table with all 7 plates on it, and you can make it as a wide panel, so that a little bit like an establishing panel where you can see. I don't know if it would be called an establishing panel in this case, but I think that could work. So doing those long shots are always kind of tricky. Trying to like have very small detail in the back and gradually get bigger and to sell that distance. Well, up to you. I guess I'm a masochist. I kind of go in and draw a lot of details. I finished this panel like I think last week, talking about food. Oh, I'll show it to you. So this one, like they're eating a bunch of centipedes. I mean, there's a lot of details, but it is fun to draw. I mean, but it's up to you. You know, you're. I don't want to pressure you or anything. I enjoy doing this kind of little thing, so it's really up to you. Okay, next panel. Okay, so lower the opacity. I'm trying to draw. Start with probably him first, but I need to open. I would need like a navigator window to see this other figure. I'm not sure how to do that in. To see, it's on another page. I can do that. Sorry, I'm kind of speaking to myself. I just want to set up my screen. You're saying my centipede looks nice? Thank you, if that's what you mean. It was fun to draw, you know. They're a fun creature, like they're pretty interesting to look at. Where was I? Here. I didn't really do enough character design. I just like kind of drew this directly on the page, and I'm just trying to use the same model, and I should do more of that. Try to think more about my shapes and. So he has his antennas. I'm gonna start with the antennas since they're kind of in front. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. Trying to do that more and more. I'm getting the hang of some of the things fairly well, although sometimes I mess up and I have to restart, but digitally it doesn't really matter. Okay, so working on that tube. Too fast. Okay. So bottom now. And now I'm praying nobody compares the 2 pages to find all the differences. Somebody pointed out to me that a glass like wasn't full, and then on the next panel it was full. Like oh man, this kind of thing drives me nuts. Okay, now the hand. Can I draw this freehand? Okay. I'm starting to get the hang of these kind of things. Ugh. I'm not sure I nailed this part. I think up to that part wasn't too bad, but kind of messed up this finger here, and then something like that. That's kind of acceptable. So it's connected here. Okay. make his neck junction, and kind of forgot about it. So we're gonna say that it's kind of compressed. That's why we see it less here. That's the angle. It's the angle. And if somebody ever checks that closely. Hello, Lunabet251. How are you doing tonight? I'm currently working on my 4th book from my comic Tales from the Interface. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a comic I've been making since 2015. It talks about virtual reality and games and how people get drawn into it and forget about real life. So it's kind of a cautionary tale. So now I'm working on page 13 of the new book, which should be coming out in not this spring, but the spring after that. So it takes me a while. They're kind of big work. I do put a lot of details in. And I'm kind of trying to nail some hands. Oh, again. Excuse-moi, je t'ai pas reconnu. My niece has joined. That's great, Ariane. You should show me your stories. Of course, she's familiar with mine. Ah, man. Drawing hands like that is not easy. And I have to say, my niece is probably more gifted than I was when I was her age. I completely messed it up. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's sketch this because I'm not figuring it out. So there should be the palm here, and then there's a finger there. The junctions here, and then something like that, I think. Now it seems obvious why I couldn't nail it. You need to take your time when you're writing stories. So my niece was writing her story. When I started writing this, it was 20 years ago. So it takes time to do something properly. How long Rudy, who's also on the chat, is a webcomic artist I've been following since at least as long as I've been working on this idea of a comic. And how long have you been working on that world, Rudy? At least more than 20 years for sure. can find his comic at fuda.com if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool stuff. 1995, yeah, exactly. That's I wasn't even in college. That's nuts. That's great. I mean, you keep it up. It's an institution almost. Well, okay, so that's the end. I grade, but oh well. I think I'm gonna keep it like that for now. Now, there's something I'm kind of aiming towards. It's not necessarily perfection, but you know, fun. You know, I'm not necessarily a fan of Rob Liefeld, but one thing I kind of see from what he's doing is that he's making. He was trying to make something fun, you know. I think that, you know, that's probably the greatest thing about what he did. Was not necessarily try to be perfect, but try to be fun, and that's why his thing worked for the while it did. That pocket is not quite perfect enough. So here it is. I think you started your comic before my niece was born. Okay, so they have little things like that on the hands. I thought I had a class in high school once too, and it was fun. It was certainly. I did like I think twice for elementary school and like once for high school, and I had like a little class for semester in high school. It was fun. I did it really for fun because it didn't really pay much. But the kids were cool. I mean, some of them managed to make a little comic during their class. So. Yeah, one thing I think I said before you arrived, Lunabet, is that one thing I don't do enough is you know, prepare my characters. I kind of improvise them on the page, and I should do more like character sheets and stuff like that. It'd be a lot better. So for my next in my next comic, I'm gonna try to do more of that. Like try to prepare my things a little bit better. Talking about Rob Liefeld, that's why I drew a bunch of pockets on this guy. And for Lunabet's sake, Rob Liefeld was the artist who created Deadpool. So I think you might have heard of this guy. And he loves to draw a ton of pockets on his characters, and he doesn't like to draw feet. I think I have some of his comics there. I got a pile of old Image comic somewhere. That must be one of his. Oh, is it? No. Funny stuff, anyway. Ah, that's him, I'm sure. Is it? Is it? It's a copy of him. Even worse. Cyber Strike Force. I'm sure I have some. Savage Dragon. Oh, that's cool. Ah, well, never mind. Oh, Deadpool explains the pocket. That's for the characters sheet. You can do it. My things to draw. My thing is to draw them or imagine them in casual, common, and whatever solution, you know them better. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, you get to know the characters a little bit. I'm working on a old man character, and no, it's just in my mind. I started to write some little stories about him, like little day-to-day life things, and eventually, I'm gonna try to draw him. I drew like one time an old man, which probably would match him. But yeah, I'm taking the next work. You know, I'm starting slowly to get into it. You know, so that when I'm working on the 5th book, I can start teasing that one. Yeah, I thought you were able to draw people in casual situations really well. I was impressed by the animation that you did. That was great. It's not easy, especially when you're trying to connect like two people together, like connecting and touching each other. That's quite hard. I avoided doing that for a really long time. Nah, that's not good. Let me try again. And this handle was too thick. Something like that, probably. should check out for character sheets, Ariane. Check out H.O.T. He influenced a lot of people with his way of doing things. Really good stuff. He had a way to simplify shapes, and use few lines to express a lot of depth, a lot of very solid drawing with very few lines. H.O.T, yeah. There's a lot of if you do an image search, a Google image search, you're gonna find a lot of character sheets. Like H.O.T character sheets. There you go. Yeah, he did a lot of character sheets. You can see like this kind of thing, or like this, like how to simplify shapes. Even his writing was awesome. Like, look at that, it's so beautiful. Like trying to simplify shapes. Batman Begins. What's his name again? The guy who did that design was really influenced by H.O.T. He kind of shows Bruce Timm, who did Batman Begins. Really was influenced by H.O.T. It's pretty obvious. But yeah, you can find his character sheets pretty easily online. So I'm thinking when I do my mine, because I really do want to do them for my next, I will reference that. There's also many critiques of his work on YouTube. You can find that as well. Gonna use another layer to just merge these two, and another layer to draw the wings, so if I make a mistake I can more easily correct. Oh, there's a few details missing though here. A little star. I think I saw on your Twitch channel review that you're a DJ. Huh? Maybe you could hook me up with some music I could play during my drawing sessions. I never know like what I can use and what I can't. I think it would be nice to have some music playing at the same time. I know that YouTube supplies some free tracks, but kind of suck. I kind of rather play nothing than play that. For a while I was playing like old radio shows that I supposedly free, like open how do you call public domain. So I could do that again. Okay. Oh, a like on Twitter from Steve Conley and Sim, two cool cartoonists. Thank you guys if you're hearing this. Steve Conley has been a pillar of the comic world. um, yeah, you should check his work. Yeah, he does have a YouTube channel, and he's been doing a comic since probably as long as you have, Rudy. And I'm having a blank. It's like a medieval guy and the Middle Age. Yes, the Middle Age comic by Steve Conley. So thank you, Steve. Very cool of you to give me a like there. So check out his work. The Middle Age is a very cool comic. It's always amazing when some artists like take attention to my work. I do appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, Steve Conley. Yeah, it's a cool comic, and he's been around. check out his YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. He's sharing a lot of insights. So. That's not very straight. Should it be like that actually? No. No. And now the reveal. It's always the best part when you removed all the pencils. Nice. Okay. Now his other friend. Oh, I got the other plane behind him. So I can merge this. Create another layer for this one. Trying to remember how many missiles the other one had. Okay. It's kind of more random. And it be. So this is page 13. thinking of making this dark. That's kind of what I'm thinking to cast overall, and like make the head pop out more. That's kind of what I was aiming at with the drawing. No, I'm gonna look at a reference here. I have a book. If I can find it. It's all about like Chinese paintings and showing some bunch of designs. I can't find them. Here. Found this book in Chinatown, and it was containing a lot of Chinese brush paintings, and a lot of little plants and stuff. It's very interesting kind of reference. If I can find like a pine or like you can see this kind of thing maybe. So they have a lot of different that's good. This is good. You can see like this. So it's a really nice little pretty fat book, and they have a bunch of cool kind of ink paintings, so even rocks, like the Chinese people like rocks. And some animals, but it's a pretty good book. And I really like how this pine looks, so I'm gonna try to give it a shot. Try to get inspired by that a little bit. Create a little layer. I think something about pine, sometimes they go in weird direction like that. I do have a similar pine in my backyard, and they will go to weird directions like this. This is very true. And the bark will, peel off, and sometimes there will be a lot of like dead pieces. Probably a dead branch somewhere. That's too symmetrical. And this element here, a cascade, they called it in bonsai. I tried to do bonsai for a while, but I suck at it. Didn't have enough consistency. You need to be consistent for years and years in order to, begin to make something good. Like a double cascade, yeah, that's good. But we want to balance it up a bit. Yeah. I think put myself a little bookmark here, because this is a pretty nice one. All right. And then back to the cliff. And there can be a kind of another formation here and just a silhouette, I think, in the background here. I think that's nice. Just make it maybe a bit more random. Something like that. So just some little cactus growing here as well. Maybe if I can do it, a little mouse watching the scene. probably has a hole here. What's happening outside? You guys are so noisy. All right, last panel. I don't really need the outline, do I? won't put any frame on this. I don't think it's necessary. This is, I need more detail on this guy for sure. It's a bit too loose. Just want to clear up some of the shapes. Shoulder pad. Oh, 10:43. 15 minutes to go. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's session. Very happy to see people stop by that I don't necessarily see very often. It's very warms my heart, truly. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I guess that's all I wanted really to say. You know, giving comments, being there, interacting in the chat really helps to make this little channel live, and you know, draw more people in, and make a better place for to talk comics and stuff like that. You know, I do love to share my process, how I draw, so I'm really happy to explain anything about what I'm thinking when I'm drawing. So if you have any question, I'm always happy to answer. I'm not trying to make anything complicated here. I just want to be available for anybody who wishes to speak comics with me. Sometimes I kind of compare comics to yes, please do go to sleep, Lunabet. You needed your sleep. I really thank you for being here. It's really nice of you. I often compare making comics to crossing a desert. You know, if you're doing it on your own, it feels very lonely. But you know, having these little sessions, you know, it makes me feel good, and if it can make you feel good too, that's great. Feel a bit more motivated than doing it on my own, I have to say. The task can get daunting. It does help. I mean, if I wasn't doing it, I would feel a lot worse. You know, drawing really helps me to calm down and breathe, and you know, take my time to do something. It does help a lot. You know, when it removes the stress from, you know, daily life, but still, you know, it's fun. I think it's fun to have these live sessions, because then I can interact with people while drawing, and I enjoy that. I had stopped drawing for a while, and I really felt that. It makes a huge difference. probably detailed enough. I am getting close to ending doing the last few pages at the end of this book. So wonder what I'm gonna do next, if I'm gonna continue the series of inking these pages, or continue working on these pages during the week and start coloring during these live sessions. I think it's nice to kind of see a continuous process. So I'm more thinking of continuing these pages, continuing the sequence of pages, inking, and then I can start coloring the rest of the comic. And you know, when I'm done with that, then I can color these pages. I think it's nice, so that we can see the whole process. And I could even probably eventually do a kind of a speed up version to see the whole page, almost the whole page process, because I didn't show the sketching. But sorry. that's about it. And it's about it for tonight. Yeah, I think it's a nice night. I was able to finish like this panel up here and this one here, and you know, a good part of this one, so that's great. Next week I can finish this section and go to the next page. So again, thank you guys for being here. Again, my comic is called Tales from the Interface, if you didn't know, and if you're watching this after the fact, I will be glad to answer any question you might have. Just leave it in the comments and I'll answer it. I do these lives every week at the same time, around 8:39 Eastern time. And my books are available. If you're able, you can get them on my website, tfti.incorpora.com, and yeah, I even do a sketch for you for an additional fee. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you around the interface. Have a great week, and we'll see each other next week. Bye bye.